Thank you. So we're real stoked on that.
That's it's one of those things where it's just congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you to all my lovely friends out there. It's been such. Oh, thank you. No, I can't accept this.
Okay, that's enough. I can't deal with that anymore.
And the crowd goes wild.
That's
I don't ever get that in any real platform in my life, so I might as well suck it up now.
Just for the record, I found the sound effects button.
We actually hired 100 people to sit in the backyard and scream. That's where that noise came
Everybody got one free beer. You should have seen it. It was on Twitter.
They were all getting bell cow.
Taylor, quick, post it on Twitter.
I think they were drinking before.
No, don't post it on
Twitter.
Oh, shit.
But anyway, so what else do we got coming up? So that's dope. Crazy Shirts is going to be making all of our T-shirts here pretty soon.
Oh, fantastic.
We're super excited about that. Crazy Shirts out on the circle. Long story short, they have a lifelong Crazy Shirts. They're a little more expensive, but their shirts actually have a lifetime warranty on them.
Well, the cotton feels good. I mean, come on. There's a difference between cheap cotton and durable cotton.
It's wonderful. Yeah.
It feels good on your skin.
It's true. It's not scratchy.
If you're going to drink quality beer, you might as well wear quality clothing. And
would you call it the silk of cotton?
Yeah.
That's why it was a good idea to bring Jillian in this, which she said right there. That was perfect. Yes, you're good, Jillian. You've earned your keep.
Not that she knows about cotton or anything,
I try
but
my best. I'm growing cotton in my backyard.
Are you really? Yeah, you guys got like a.
I have some cotton trees.
You got like a
semi-homestead. Do you have a farm?
It's like
what do you have out there?
Well, I don't have a farm. I live on some property that allows some things. I have some chickens and eggs and.
Oh, and the fucking eggs are amazing, by the way. I just have to say that because
You've had the eggs?
No. But I keep hearing how good they are.
Are you kidding me?
You see the pictures.
She's like, yeah, she shows me pictures. She'll come in and show me one.
I have 5 chickens. I don't even have enough. I literally, Evan eats like 10 eggs a day. So,
good for him.
It's like.
I eat 10 beers a day, nothing else, and I'm still fat as shit.
Is Taylor still here? I need a beer. No, he left. Damn it.
But no, so I mean, as far as what we got, the other thing that we got coming up on tap, Crazy Shirts is awesome. The other cool thing that we got coming up on tap, and they'll be available here in the tap room. It'll be available on our website, JDUB'sBrewing.com. It'll be also available on the Crazy Shirts website. You'll be able to get the JDUB'S t-shirts. So
I think that the day that you release them or the day that you get them,
right,
that you should raffle off one of every size.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
why not?
That's a great
Do it on like a
idea.
Friday night, man.
I want to talk more about it. I want to think more about it because I'm totally behind that. We do a lot of stuff like that too, and it's all about making our folks happy. But
maybe we'll do something fun for our listeners if we actually get listeners.
Well, I know once I tell my mother about this, she will be listening.
You have one listener
every minute of this
in where's your Idaho, something like that, Iowa.
She's in Rathdrum, Idaho, which is just outside of Coeur d'Alene.
Oh,
mother.
His mom is
super
amazing.
Cool. She is
amazing.
An awesome lady.
Oh my God!
So much.
I got her drunk.
Yeah, I just got into the will by saying that. I probably got squeezed out of it.
She's such a sense of humor. I mean, I can see where you get it from. She does.
She's incredible. I enjoy conversations with your mom.
Hey, we're talking about my mama.
Can we have her on the podcast?
Can we talk about beer? What's that?
Can we have her on the podcast?
My mother on the podcast?
I'm sure she would.
She
black and a motherfucker too.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Anyways, we maybe we'll see when she comes back. But
she could be caller.
Yeah. So Crazy Strip. I think I talked about everything that we got coming up on tap. So. Yeah, and then on tap coming up on this weekend, we got the Blueberry IPA. Will be on tap or in the tap room.
That's
so
awesome.
That.
I just started my evening with one of those, and phenomenal.
It, and it is awesome. It's blueberry season. We're actually coming into blueberry season here in Florida, and why not make it into an IPA?
Absolutely, it's delicious.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So no, that's one thing that we did that was cool about the Blueberry IPA, or this Fruits of Florida series that we're doing, is we're designing an IPA around the fruit that we're using. And so, it's pretty cool. We're not just making up top and throwing a flavor into it. We're actually designing. We have a fruit that we're going to go into each one with. I mean, this quarter coming up, it was the orange. Orange IPA was draft only. Next quarter is going to be the blueberry coming up. We just brewed it now. It's going to be on tap this weekend in the tap room, and I'm really happy with it. What do you think about the blueberry?
I'm honestly, again, not a fan of typically a lot of fruit beers, but wow. I had one, and it was like, as soon as I smelled it, it smelled like blueberry, which is a big thing with me. If I want to know that it's in there, I want to be able to smell it. And it tastes just like it smelled. It tasted like a handful of blueberries in my mouth. It was really, really good. And then you get this little bitterness from whatever hops I'm not sure what hops you guys used in there, but it does have a nice bitterness right over the top. And I like it a lot.
Yeah, and I just had it for the first time today. I mean, and I think Matt knocked it out of the park with that one. But so each one with that, we're doing the blueberry next quarter, then we're going to do the lychee. Summertime's going to be a lychee.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Then the fall, we're going to be raspberry IPA. So we're calling it the Fruits of Florida series. No one's doing it in the Southeast. No one's doing it really in America. I heard that Ballast Point is doing something like this, and they got a ton of marketing dollars that we obviously don't have. So hopefully the quality speaks for itself, and we're able to get some traction behind this just from the quality. Because like I said, I can't go out with a large sales force or anything like that. Not like Ballast Point is, but we just don't have the budget of any of those huge breweries. So hopefully we'll get the credit for this Fruits of Florida series.
That's fantastic, and I'm looking forward to
IPA
it.
series.
Exactly. I love the fact that you're doing that. That's it's fun, and you're using the proper time of the year, to release it. When that fruit's in season is when you guys are actually releasing these beers, which is fantastic. But you led a good point there with other breweries and with kind of money, money to do things. Let's touch a bit on some news that's been going around about Fireman Capital and purchasing Cigar City. A lot of people think that Oscar Blues is actually the brewery that decided to go in and buy Cigar City, but they are affiliated by Fireman Capital. That's how everybody knows them. They're partners with Oscar Blues Brewing, Perrin Brewing, and Utah Brewers Cooperative, and that includes some Wasatch and Squatters brands, which is awesome. So you have a company like this that's coming in and saying, these guys down there in Florida, they're doing a really good job with a lot of great things, and they basically put Florida on the map. And I'm sure, Jillian, you can probably agree. I mean, when you started drinking craft beer in Florida here, what was some of the first things you saw?
Gosh, I mean, I do remember I was a bartender, and one of the first craft breweries that came in was Dale's Pale Ale.
Yeah.
And I had that in the can, and I'm looking at it going, well, it's in a can. Why isn't it on draft? But that's the way that they wanted their product to go, and it was exciting, and it was different. People were so used to the Miller Lite, Bud Light. Your domestics on draft all the time. They didn't understand that full flavored beer. It was that standard American lager. Yingling for a long time was one of the biggest beers I ever sold. But Dale's came in, and it was kind of fun, and it was something different. And I remember enjoying it right away. And even it being in a can, I was like, "This is pretty cool. What's gonna,
Yeah, exactly. It's been around for a few years.
Yeah.
And and then here in Florida. Yeah, when you start getting breweries like that, and then Cigar City, who, like I said, started the craft brewing scene here in Florida. I mean, yes, there was places that were around brewing before them, but they really put Florida on the map when it came to craft beer. Mm-hmm. And High Life came out, and everybody went crazy.
High Life was huge.
And High Life turned into this thing that people all over the country were like, "What is this High Life I hear about?"
Yeah.
And which I hold great respects to High Life. I enjoy it. It's a little sweet for me, but I do enjoy it on a regular basis.
It's a solid beer.
Yeah, absolutely, and we can all agree on that. I mean, I know, Jeremy, when you created Up Top, you wanted to go a 360 from, a 180 from...
Yeah, I came right back around to it. Because Up Top tastes exactly
you wanted to do a
like.
180 from High Life because, you wanted to be on the other side of the spectrum, which is phenomenal. And, so you have these companies like, you know what, well, we're partnering together. There's 5 of us that have, stakes in this company called United Craft Brews. And it's a separate holding company, but let's see what we can do. Let's get some brewery acquisitions. Let's acquire some breweries.
Yeah, and I think this might be where we get into the whole unfiltered part because I'll give some of my candid opinions on it. The first is that I know Joey, right? I know the owner of Cigar City.
Yeah, Joey's a great guy. I've met Joey. I've once, we shook hands, we joked a bit, and then he went on his way, and I went on my way. But being friends with the guy and knowing the guy, I know that when you started JDUB'S, you wouldn't actually sat down with Joey beforehand and said, this is what I'm looking to do.
Yeah,
and
so, still to this day, CCB, let's be honest, CCB is at a level that who knows if JDUB'S will ever get to, right? Like, there are plenty of very successful breweries that would like to be in the shoe or in the place that CCB enjoys now, and CCB has earned it. So, Joey is a friend of mine, right? And I know Joey pretty well. I think just as good as anybody in this industry who didn't grow up with the guy. He's been a good friend to me, and I got a great Joey Redner story I'll tell at some point. But with just how kind of he embraced me into the whole craft beer thing. But part of one thing I see right now, it happens, right? I don't want to say the sellouts because I don't want to say that applies to CCP, but at the end of the day, and this is going to be where I kind of go into my own rant. At the end of the day, what you do with your brewery is your own business.
It's true.
And I feel like if someone thinks it's in their best interest to sell a portion of their company to someone else, or all of their company to someone else, who the hell am I to tell somebody what they should or shouldn't do, or to judge somebody for a life decision that they made? And again, I think that I'm as nerdy, if you will, about this industry as anybody. I'm a craft beer enthusiast. I already said that earlier. And I always will be nothing more than a glorified craft beer enthusiast. But if someone does something, and again, I'm getting not just talking about the how that thing played out, but I'm just talking about acquisitions in general. If someone does something that they think is in the best interests of their family or their business or their livelihoods, who are you to judge them?
Well, and that's you got to get to a point to where you open a business, and they opened in 2009, so
8. I think they were 8.
Is it 8? 2000. All right. So they've been around for a little bit. How far do you want to grow? How far do you want to get to before you're capped out? You start looking out for other people to help, and you can only go so far. He really took it to as far as I think he could. And I think that it was one of those sacrifices to where I need some additional help, and I want to stay small. I don't want to get big. I don't want to get on the big scale. Could you imagine Anheuser-Busch coming in and buying out a craft brewery? I think that would be detrimental.
But again, would it be detrimental? Maybe. But whomever you choose to sell part of your business to, as a human being and as someone who's only got a capped amount of time on this earth, and what you choose to do with it that affects that short amount of time that you have, that's your decision, And so I see, and I'll just say it, I see guys in this industry who call out people who sell their brewery or sell part of their brewery or a majority of their brewery, whomever. Do I like Budweiser? I think they're I'm going to stop myself, but absolutely not.
I got a little cough.
Absolutely not.
I was leaving it up to you guys.
No, straight up. No. We talked about not swearing as much, and I had to stop myself there.
Absolutely.
But absolutely not. But at the same time, if somebody thinks, if one of my friends or somebody is in that situation to where they can better themselves and they think that they can make the best decision for themselves and their family,
well, yeah.
I'm not gonna. Who am I? And if I go and beat a so-called friend up, if I go and kick their ass for doing something that they thought was in the best interest of themselves and their family, what kind of friend am I really?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's how I look at it. And as far as I'm concerned, any brewery, sell to Budweiser. Do it. You know why? Because they're going to screw your brand up royally.
Well,
They don't have your best interest in mind,
quality over quantity always, I feel like. And
well, they've got some good brands, no doubt, but their interest isn't the brands that they represent. Their interest is Budweiser and Bud Light and controlling the market.
Well, it's mass production.
And absolutely.
It's
mass production.
It's how much can I put out?
Buying that brewery, selling it for half the price that the retailers, and the retailers are small business guys too. Mm-hmm. They've got they're looking out for they're looking at their bottom line. So if they can get a damn good IPA for half the price of what JDUB'S is selling, and Budweiser knows this, they're smart enough to realize this, or ABI, if you will. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because what they want to do, they want to own this category, to control this category, to get people drinking their beers in Budweiser, Clydesdale, piss.
That's why our beer tastes so much better, because it's not watered down.
But so do I think it's good, bad, or whatever?